the pros and cons of buying pre-sale real estate. Hi, I'm Jessi Johnson, a best-selling author, Metro Vancouver Realtor with eXp and mortgage broker since 2006. In this video podcast, I plan to cover the pros and cons of buying pre-sale. Thank you again for joining. This weekly podcast is created to keep you informed about the Greater Vancouver real estate market, trends and strategies for your success. To keep this content flowing, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to respond as soon as possible. There are many golden nuggets in this video for real estate purchasers and investors to learn. Whether you are new to real estate or a seasoned investor, watch, take notes, comment below, or call me for more information. First off, did you know you don't necessarily have to complete a pre-sale purchase? Many contracts are assignable or flippable to a new buyer before completion. For example, you can purchase a stunning condo in Burnaby, British Columbia today for $800,000 that completes in 4 years. Let's say in 2 or 3 years, that condo is now worth $1 million, which is very reasonable to assume in the Greater Vancouver market, especially considering we're about to have another boom. You now have made on paper $200,000. If your realtor was careful in having you sign the right contract, you will have the option to sell or flip that paper contract for a profit at minimal cost, keep in mind. This is called an assignment sale. Some developers do pose high penalties to assign contracts, so be careful what you sign. Ask me for a list of projects with low to no assignment fees. You also don't even need to qualify for this because no mortgage is involved. Does that sound too good to be true? Well, it can be, so let's review that too. If you can't sell the contract or don't want to for the price a buyer offers, you must complete on the transaction. Make sure that you qualify to complete in the event that you must. Also, what if the market drops? This is unlikely, but certainly possible. If the market declines, say $50,000, and the new value is now $750,000 at completion, you must cover the difference and steal your down payment. I seriously doubt the Greater Vancouver properties will lower 3 to 4 years, and here's why. The Canadian government has changed their focus back to immigration, but kind of forgot to fix the housing crisis first. Almost 800,000 new people arrived to Canada in 2022, and the government set a goal of 500,000 people every year for another 4 years. This will more than likely cause home prices and rental prices to keep going where? Straight up. We literally have nowhere to put these people with record low inventory. Sure, this is great if you're a homeowner or an investor, but terrible for renters and those trying to get into the real estate market. There are more pros than cons in real estate, which is why I like pre-sales so much. Let's quickly review a list of more pros and cons when buying pre-sale. You own 100% of the asset, but buy it at a fraction of the cost, often with only 15 to 25% invested, or even less. If $1 million condo goes up only 20% in 4 years, which is about half of the historical equity gains at Greater Vancouver, you literally just doubled your investment. Not too shabby. Pre-sales allow time to save up for the total down payment. As mentioned, you can always assign or flip the contract. Pre-sales, they are low maintenance and the building and unit are brand new. I find you generally attract a higher quality tenant if you plan to rent it out. There's a full warranty. It's just like buying a new car. No bidding wars. The prices are fixed. Huge potential for increases before you even take possession. Buy today's prices with tomorrow's value. Pre-sale amenities are generally very nice and high-end. You would generally be grandfathered into the strata and avoid restrictions such as pets, mid or long-term rentals. The purchase process, it's fun and easy. Currently, at the time of this recording, pre-sale homes up to a certain price are exempt from PTT, property transfer tax, for first home buyers. And there's even a 7-day rescission period if something changes in your mind. Now, let's quickly review a short list of cons when buying pre-sale real estate. You need to wait to move in, sometimes up to 5 years. The closing date is not fixed, delays usually happen. Larger deposits are needed, but you can get some back at completion. Just ask me how in the comments below. You do pay a premium for new construction. The layouts are often better, but smaller. GST is an additional cost in the purchase acquisition, but I will talk about a trick later. Most importantly, the market could drop and you must cover the difference. Now, let's quickly talk about GST on new homes. It is important to have your realtor arrange the pre-sale contract to have GST, if applicable, inclusive in the contract. This means if the pre-sale contract is for $1 million plus 5% GST, the actual cost is $1,050,000. Many buyers and realtors don't know that you can request a change to the pre-sale contract so the new purchase price is updated to $1,050,000 including GST. Why is this important, you ask? Well, let's run some numbers on $1 million pre-sale contract with and without GST inclusive. John buys $1 million pre-sale condo, and at completion, he must come up with 20% in this calculation, $200,000 plus 5%, $50,000 for a total of $250,000 plus closing costs. Jane, aka Smarty Pants, buys the same pre-sale with GST inclusive, but she only needs 20% of $1,050,000. So she now needs $45,000 less than John to buy the same condo. I'm often asked, are there any discounts in the price, reductions, or incentives when buying real estate? Well, that's a great question. There are not really discounts. Pretty much everyone pays the same in most circumstances. However, there certainly can be incentives, so let's look at those. Some incentive examples are 1 year of mortgage payments, upgraded appliances, decorating allowances, small deposit structures as low as 10%. I've even seen an entry-level BMW offered. The deposit, it forms the down payment at completion. You might be thinking, can a realtor help you buy pre-sale? The answer is yes, but I highly recommend a realtor experienced in this different type of purchase. Can any realtor help you assign or flip a pre-sale contract? Yes, again. This can be very complicated though, so definitely use a realtor experienced in pre-sale transactions. Also, once a realtor gets in with a developer, they can achieve VIP status. I personally have this with majority pre-sale projects in Greater Vancouver. VIP status means you get the best incentives, superior unit selection for your clients, and learn of upcoming projects before the average realtor and certainly the general public. When buying pre-sale, you must get in first for the best unit selection at the lowest price. There's generally incentives for the first 100 homes, for example, in a larger project. Existing clients who have purchased through the developer in the past often can get in on the friends and family first choice offerings. Now, deposit structures are different for each developer. Nothing is set in stone. Once you sign a contract, typically 5% is generally required immediately. Then the remaining deposits will be set in a schedule dictated by the developer. Did you know that there is a safeguard for buyers in pre-sale transactions? This is called a rescission period. Essentially, a buyer can back out of the contract with no obligation and receive a refund on any, if any, deposits paid. This is supposed to be for buyer's remorse. Now, I haven't dealt with this much myself, primarily because my buyers know exactly what they're buying, have seen all the options, and are confident in their decision. Do your research and know what you're buying. I'm often asked, can I get a mortgage rate hold for pre-sale? The answer is generally no, but some big banks do offer them. However, the rates are usually high and not worth it. Even if you plan to assign or flip a pre-sale contract, make sure you have a mortgage approval or backup plan for in the event you need to close on the deal. I'll post a link in the description to all pre-sale projects in Metro Vancouver. I hope this was helpful. Feel free to reach out and leave any questions in the comments below. If you're interested in becoming a realtor and joining our team at EXP, we have one heck of a program for new and experienced agents. That's all for this episode. Don't forget to pick up a copy of my best-selling book on Amazon, Rockstar Real Estate Investing, if you haven't yet. I'm here for your questions at any time. See you again soon. Thanks.